Palmistry reading of a male whose age is 32 years old. We are reading his hand. See, when we are giving a palm reading, we generally have similar type of questions. We want to know about money, possessions, wealth, family life, health. These are the main questions everybody has. So, one by one, I would try to point out what I see on this particular hand and what makes a person successful. What are their positives as well as what are their negatives. So, this particular line that is referred to, this is the line that is referred to as the money line. This is another money line. Okay. People think that the money line would be telling regarding the money aspect. Yes, I do agree to some extent. Money line does tell about the money, but at the same time, each and every line and each and every portion of your palm can talk about the money. So don't give too much of importance to the money line. The importance of money line is only 10, 15, 20%. The money line is kind of originating on the area of Mount of Moon. Now, Mount of Moon, as you already know, Mount of Moon is a very changeable planet. It changes its phases on a daily basis. The effect of the moon can be seen on the earth in a significant way in the ocean, and ocean connects the continents. So a money line that originates on the Mount of Moon brings benefit to this particular person from trading activity, service industry, public appreciation, and import and export, and as well as from females as well, or female oriented products also can benefit that particular person. And at the same time, the benefits may come much more after marriage, and sometimes so we can't just purely say it is only after marriage. It could be after having a girl child, or if the person listens to their mother or their sister and like kind of gives them respect and kind of follows what they say, even if they don't know what this particular person is doing, even then it is going to bring lady luck to this particular person. And in friends, it could be female friends could be much more beneficial, but in general unknown people are going to be beneficial, and in foreigners, male as well as female, both are likely to bring benefit to such a person. So this is what we see regarding the money line. Now you would notice that I'm just drawing this particular line. This is the money line, this is the line of head, and this is the heart line. So the intersection of the head and the money line, this is age 35 on the money line. The intersection of the heart and the money line is age 53 on the money line. So this portion is before the age of 35. This portion is between the 35 to the 53 age, and this is 53 and beyond. So you would notice after, just before the intersection, this particular point, this is age 35. You would notice another line kind of originating, and that is basically continuing and kind of ending at the age of 53. So the new money line kind of starts at the age of roughly at the age of 30 to 33. That's the approximate age we would say, because it is starting before the age of 30 to 35. This is the age that we are referring to. Now, what we also find out here is that there are few problem lines that come and touch the new line. So in the initial part, there could be slight amount of problems, but the person would be able to manage and move ahead in their life because the quality of the new line is reasonably good. So that is the reason why we would say that good prospects can be expected in their life. Now, as I've said in the initial start, too much of importance has been given to the money line. So we are not going to give too much of importance to the money line. We would look at the other lines as well. You must have heard from palmist regarding the money triangle. This is called the money triangle. Now, when a palmist says that you have a money triangle, people think, oh, I would have great amount of wealth. I do not disagree with them, but we have to give specific reasons why it is considered to be a good sign. Actually, we cannot quantify how much money. The reality is we cannot quantify the amount of money, but certainly it is going to be considered to be a good sign provided this money triangle is deep and clear. So in this case, the money triangle is deep and clear. The line is made up of strong lines. These are strong without broken up lines. This is also a strong Mercury line, and this is a strong headline. So what happens is that a combination of a strong money line means stability in money. A good Mercury line means very good set of skill, because skills is a thing that brings you money, and it's your mental attitude. Headline is the mental attitude. Headline is not the line of intelligence. Don't assume that headline is the line of intelligence. Headline is just the line of your thought process, how you think. The mental stability, the mental instability, the mental breakdown, those are the things that can be seen on the headline. So this portion of the headline is after the age of 35, this portion. So when it is stable, the chances are likely to be good in his case as well. So the origination of the money triangle is at this particular point. So this particular point on the line of money, so this point is age 35. So this point is roughly going to be around the age of, let's say, 27, 28. That's the approximate. And it is kind of this money triangle, or this V-like formation is kind of pointing towards the three fingers. Okay, so we have to reason out why it is considered to be good. The reason why I say it is considered to be good is because it's something like energy is penetrating your fingers. Energy, light, or current, or whatever you may say. So this is the finger of Saturn. Saturn is the finger of money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, responsibility. This is the finger of creativity, risk taking, all kind of things. This is the creativity part, the sun mount, and the Mercury finger is for calculations and communication. So all these energies come and kind of get accumulated out here, this particular point. So this particular point of life becomes significant. The age is approximately 27, 28. That's the approximate age I would say that it is. And that is the reason why it is considered to be a beautiful sign to have. Many people, they may claim that they have got a money triangle, but the reality is that they may not have a clear-cut money triangle. They may have these broken up into pieces. These lines, the Mercury line is broken into pieces. The money line is kind of wavy. The headline is kind of having island or something like this. So all those things are of no use. Only when the quality is good, only then the prospects can be good in that particular pace. Now, we would look at the heartline as well. Now, the heartline, generally when we hear the word heartline, the first word that people think I would be telling them is regarding their relationships, their partnerships, their love life. This is what. Yes, I do agree the heartline does tell about those things as well. But I have tried to correlate the heartline to your money aspect as well. So this kind of a heartline is considered to be the best for money aspect in your life. The reason being because heartline ending under the mountain, this is the area where it is ending. This is the area for the Saturn area. Saturn is the area for money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, responsibility. So what happens is heartline ending on the Saturn means your heart is targeting towards Saturn. And what is Saturn? Saturn is money. So such a person who has this kind of a formation would respect money, value money, is going to be responsible with money, and the person would kind of multiply their money. They could be very good money managers. All the time in their head, in their heart, they are thinking of multiplying their money, and they are realistic, they are grounded, they know the ground situations very well, and they value the work that they are putting in, so they expect the reward as well. The negative thing a person can have, I'm just telling you the opposite, which you don't have. A heart line which is long, they would be very idealistic, very sensitive, and they would be having higher expectations, and those higher expectations would never be fulfilled. And these are the people who would do things for free and yet want more money. See, we are living in a material, so everybody wants money, but these people are more prone to not value and respect money. But this person whose hand I'm reading, this person values and respects money, and he has been respecting money right from an early age of his life. And a person may say that, oh, I spend a lot of money. That could be due to a prominent mount of Venus. So Venus is more to do with more of spending money and enjoying their life, or those are the things that is represented by Venus. But the Saturn area is to conserve money, to kind of accumulate money. So such a person would be able to accumulate money in their life. Now, most businessmen, if we just take a view and look at hundreds of hands, you would find the best of businessmen. They would have their heart line end out here, either straight or maybe curve, whatever it might be. Good businessmen. A person who may not be a good businessman, they may have a long heart line, so that is not good in my opinion. But some top businessmen can also have this kind of a formation as well. So we can't say with certainty that if you have a long heart line, you would never be rich. It can't be said. But the proportion of people who are more rich would have this kind of a formation. Now, one more aspect that is good on the heart line is that this kind of a heart line, which is very simple, very deep, and very clear, without any, it doesn't have too many of branches, it doesn't have these kind of a formation, it is not broken up into pieces. I'm telling those things that I'm not seeing in this angle as well. See, the reason why I'm saying this is because you have to describe the whole thing, and only then the person would understand what I'm trying to convey. So a person who has got broken up into pieces heartline, those are the people who would have those emotional breakdown and would be constantly flirtatious. But this person is very, very focused, because the heart line is very simple, deep and clear. So the person is highly focused, and the person practices detachment. What is detachment? Detachment does not mean leaving your family and going to Himalayas, leaving all the worldly things and going to Himalayas. That is not what detachment is. The real meaning of detachment is what Bhagavad Gita says. It says that being in a moment without having expectation of the outcome. So this is what the person practices. In Hindi we say moho. So this person doesn't have any moho. What it basically means is, supposing, let's assume that the person has got a Mercedes Benz, and that Mercedes Benz somehow it goes away from he is left without a Mercedes Benz. Somehow it has an accident, or it has like somebody takes it away or whatever. But this person is not going to be living in the past. He wouldn't be saying that, oh, I had a Mercedes Benz. He would say, okay, whatever I might have had, but I will try to do the right thing now and make it better, and probably buy even a better car in future as well. So the person is not dwelling in the past, not living in the past, but is in the present always. So this kind of a formation is the best possible thing. The person doesn't get stressed, the person doesn't have anxiety. People who are unsuccessful, they have those kind of anxiety and stress. They develop anxiety and stress. This person, however stressful the situation might be, still the person would be able to control their stress and anxiety. Now, I might have said the person is not an emotional person. The person may claim that he's an emotional person, but the reality is that he expresses his emotions more, but he's not an emotional person. The curvature in the heart line towards the end, it makes a person temperamental, it makes a person a high strung, and the person is kind of expressing their emotion but may not be emotional by nature in general. Now, apart from that, we also look at, apart from this Mercury line, we also look at the Mercury lines on the mount of Mercury. This is the mount of Mercury. This is the smallest finger, the smallest planet is Mercury. So the area under the mount of Mercury is very, very important. This is the area for your intelligence. This is the area for your calculation. This is the area for statistics, economics, biology, chemistry, doctor, engineer, everything. Networker. It is basically the area for human to human networking, social media networking, computer coding, everything is out here. So if this particular area amount of Mercury is good, the chances of your success increases, because you're good at all these kind of things. It need not be that the person would be doing all these things, but even if the person is doing one or two, the person would still be successful. So perpendicular lines under the mount of Mercury is considered to be a good sign. They should be independent. They should not intermingle with each other. So the lines are not intermingling with each other. These are perpendicular independent lines. Independent lines basically signify independent set of skills that a person can have. And multiple lines means multiple set of skills. One line would mean one skill. The deeper the line, the more the skills have been sharpened. And the skills have been sharpened right from the early age. It's not that the person is sharpening at a very late age. Right from a very early age, the person has been sharpening their skills. See, the area for money is this. The area for Saturn is money. But the calculation of money comes from this particular area. So the person would be communicating and calculating in a perfect way. The person would be documenting everything in a very, very good way. So whoever documents things in a good way, whoever communicates in a good way, are likely to be more successful. And it is for throughout their life. It is not only for 1 or 2 years, it is for throughout their life. Now, this is the line of head, and it is kind of originating inside the life. This is the lifeline. So this is the area where it originates on. This is the area for Mount of Mars negative. The headline originating from inside brings in anger and aggression, because Mars negative is the area for anger and aggression. So some amount of anger and aggression would creep into his mind right from an early age. The headline is also very, very straight and deep and clear, and running from one end to the other. So the person becomes very, very headstrong by nature. Strong mental strength, and it would be impossible to break their thought process or the mind. However, the biggest troubles also come. Even then, the person wouldn't basically break at all. The headline also has got a small branch towards the end. Branching out of headline is considered to be good because it makes a person more able to see two sides of the coin at the same time. So in that way, it is considered to be good. The Venus area is reasonably good, well padded. So that's a positive, because Venus is the area for desires and stamina and vitality. So those are the good signs. There are few small horizontal lines. Horizontal lines are considered to be a little bit negative. They are striking somewhere at the age of 33. They are striking at the age of 35. So there could be few problems, but those problems are which the person would be able to handle and move ahead in their life, because as such the quality of the money line does not deteriorate, or the headline doesn't deteriorate. There are also some square like things that are forming on the line of money and money out here. So this kind of a formation sometimes is referred to property, and the age where I'm mentioning this is around the age of 33 to the age of 36, 37, where properties can be built. I just move on to the other hand image. Also in the left hand also similar indications can be seen. The money line is kind of ending out here. This is ending around the age of 33. New line is emerging around the age of, let's say, the same time, 32, 33. And right hand is the passive hand, right hand is the active hand, left hand is the passive hand. Generally people think that we should ignore the left hand. People think that we should, like in a woman's hand, people say that palmists say that we should refer the left hand for females and right hand for male. But the reality is we should refer both the hands to arrive at the conclusion. And there's one more. See, there are different opinions out here. One of the other opinion is that we can take percentage terms. Sometimes we say, okay, 50% right hand, 50% left hand we have to refer. Sometimes we say 60-40, sometimes we say 70-30, sometimes we say 80-20. Sometimes we also say, in most of the times what we say is that we can refer any hand, left or right, provided both hands are similar. And in most people's cases, 90%, there are lots of similarities in the left and the right hand. So it doesn't matter if we are reading the left hand or the right hand, it doesn't matter at all, provided they are similar. So in your case also, in this person's case also, both hands show similarity. Now, what is significant out here is that the original line that is starting, that is kind of ending out here. This is ending around the age of 33. And a new line is kind of starting. There's also a small branch that is kind of not ending in the middle out here. So it kind of, it might join or it might not join. So it doesn't matter much, but there is a break out here. Now what happens is that this is the original money line, the fate line. When there is a break on the money line, or the fate line, whatever you may call, or Saturn line, whatever you may call it, there are two or three possibilities that may emerge in their life. The first thing could be job loss, work loss, business loss. The first thing could be that. The second thing could be the main earning member of the family, their health or wealth goes down, and more responsibility falls onto this particular person's head. The third option could be sometimes a personal life can also get disturbed. See, personal life, when it gets disturbed, it also affects our finances as well. So any one of these options can get applied, but the person would be able to sail through it because the quality of the hand is good. See, I asked this particular person how long is the Mercury finger. So he mentioned that the Mercury finger is almost to this particular point. So I wouldn't say that the Mercury finger is short. If the Mercury finger was short, I would have said problems in one's personal life. But because it's not short, I wouldn't say that. In the left hand also, we see sometimes we take the images in certain way that the finger may appear to be short. So in this case, it is appearing to be short, but in fact it is the person is mentioning that it is same, it is almost reaching to this particular point. So I wouldn't say that it is a short finger. So however troubled the person may be in personal life, in professional life, or whatever, the person wouldn't show any signs of trouble on his face at all, and the person would be able to handle stress, not his own stress, but the stress that is in his company, or his people working under him, or the people above him or below him, or whatever. So in that case, it's a beautiful hand, it's a well balanced hand, it's a predictable hand. It's always better to have a predictable hand than to have an unpredictable hand. I would just end my video out here. Before I end my video, there's a small slideshow which I normally show in every after every video. It's a very important aspect of hand reading. We can come to know about the money from almost every line. It could be your headline or any particular line. The importance of money line is only 15%. I would be talking about the lifeline just in a bit. And this is a slideshow. You must see why you do not need to show your palm to an astrologer palmist. A saint once said you don't need to show your palm to a palmist because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company. That's what matters the most. Company matters the most because when we have good company, we are able to sail through everything. And coming back out here, I missed out on the lifeline. Now I would talk about the left hand as well as the right hand. The quality of the lifeline till this particular point, almost till the age of let's say 75, it is good. It is deep and clear, so we can expect good health. The lifeline is also making a reasonably big semicircle. The bigger the semicircle, the better it is considered to be. The reason being because it encircles two planets, the Mars area and the Venus area. So Mars is the fire within us. Venus is the energy, stamina, vitality, and the desires within us. Mars is the spark within us. So imagine a situation. If a person had a lifeline, something like this, that is making a small semicircle. Small semicircle means less fire, less energies. Bigger semicircle means this is a reasonably big semicircle, which means good amount of fire within that particular person and good amount of energy within that particular person's throughout their life. So this is what is shown by the left hand. I would go to the right hand as well in a moment. This is the hand image that we have. So in this case also, similar indication can be seen. This is the lifeline. So it's bringing a good semicircle almost till the age of 80. This particular line that we are referring to, this is a little bit of a confusion. Should I consider this particular line to be a branch moving out from the lifeline. This is the lifeline moving out from the lifeline towards the outer moon. If that is the case, it is considered to be negative, because this kind of means outflow of energy or outflow of money. But it appears that it is forming a triangle like a formation out here on the line of life. So triangle on the lifeline is considered to be good. It basically means making a property, something like this. It is indicative of that, making a property. The line that is coming and touching the lifeline, this can be considered to be negative. This is around the age of 55 or so. The reason we say it's negative is it's something like lifeline is a car that we are traveling in, and these are cycles, scooter, bus, truck coming and striking our car. The stronger the line, bigger the impact. Weaker the line, the lesser the impact. So there are few horizontal lines that come and touch. So in that way, there's some amount of opposition, some amount of negative fire, negative anger that may creep in and that may disturb to some extent. But because, see, when we see one negative sign, we have to look at other good signs as well. This is a good sign, a strong headline, a strong heart line. So those are the good signs. If we look closely on the headline, we also notice that I had mentioned the original headline was emerging something like this, that I have already explained. So these are few other lines that are also kind of pointing from the area for Mars negative and entering the headline. So these are also negative because when lines kind of originate or point towards the Mars negative and join the headline, it means anger and aggression entering the mind. So when we are angry, the chances of taking right decision decrease, because when we are angry, we lose our intelligence, we lose our thought process. So that is the reason why trouble may creep in. So I would advise that particular person, so try to reduce the anger and aggression, specifically in the mind. So there are methods to improve upon it, something like breathing exercises or taking a sip of water. Something like these can contain the anger in the mind, because these lines, as I've said, these could be small problems or these could be big problems. We can't quantify it. And sometimes it is court case, sometimes it is just purely simple anger and aggression. It kind of ends there itself. So I would end my video out here, and the rest I would be talking to you. But before, one more thing I needed to add. This is the sun line. Some people have got a long sun line, some people have got a short sun line. In my case, what I say is that you need not have a long sun line. Just a small sun line, something like this, is good enough for your success. And this portion of the sun line above the heart line, this is the heart line, above the heart line is after the age of 53. Normally what I say is that, see, you can't be successful suddenly. Suddenly you can't be successful. So what happens is that if we have good lines towards the end, it may represent for throughout one's life. Even if you take a look at very famous personalities, they may not even have a sun line, and they may not have these long sun lines. So actor and actresses, they become famous at an early age. So this portion they should be having, but they don't even have this kind of a line out here as well. So you need not have a long sun line. Just a line, good line under the amount of sun is good enough for your success. So this is what I can predict about this particular person. And I would end my video out here. Thanks for watching this video. Bye and take care.